Alrighty, hey again everyone. Back playing some more hardcore Minecraft. Last time we finished extending out the ice boat road and finally did some cleaning after a bunch of time. Took a little bit, but we got it all done. Today we have got to do some more stuff like usual. But you know, we'll get there. We'll figure it out. First things first though, we're gonna go ahead and kind of drop all this stuff off, go organize everything back in the storage area. Maybe we'll go take a peek to see what we got cooking in here. Basically nothing, it looks like. Yeah, we already cleaned that out a while ago. But yeah, we are gonna go ahead and get all this stuff put away and just see what we can do. So yeah, let's go get that done. There was something else I wanted to grab, but I've already forgotten what it is. So it was glass. I'm pretty sure it was glass. Yeah, because I want to switch out the glass panes. Yep, life update, Laura. I'm leaving my job tomorrow. I'm kind of just really over it. I don't have any motivation to go back, and I really just don't care anymore at all. So that'll be nice. Maybe I can finally sleep somewhat peacefully after all this time, because I've been having a lot of difficulty sleeping the past couple of months, unfortunately. Try as I might to fix it, it just does not want to stay fixed. Fortunately, it is very, very hard to maintain a good sleep schedule, so it's not been fun to try and deal with. So I'm done. I don't want to I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to leave them on thinking, oh yeah, I'll get better, because at the rate I'm going there, it's not ever gonna get better. And sometimes you just gotta know when to quit, you know. So as kind of depressing as that is, that's just what it is. So currently in the process of applying for some more jobs, and I'm feeling more confident about getting better jobs this time around than I pretty much ever had last time. Granted, last time it did take me a little bit of time to get something, but I don't think it'll be too bad this time around. There's a lot more opportunities now that I'm officially a senior in my field, and like it's all fully remote for the price point that I'm looking for and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not particularly worried about anything. But not to say that I'm not worried at all, don't get me wrong, because, you know, everything always sounds good on paper, and then something happens, and it's not as easy as you think, right? But, I don't know, this time around, I really do feel like things will be a lot different. And they're gonna have to be anyways, because I'm done. I'm out of it. I don't care about it anymore. I can't keep doing what I'm doing, and I just don't really want to try anymore. So, not here at least. Which is a bit of a shame because I really did like working with a lot of the people that I worked with, but I just don't see myself working there for much longer, and it's very frustrating. You know, I finally found, as a job, I finally found what I truly enjoy and what I'm good at, and I'm like really, really freaking good at it, right? And I'm just not able to do that job here because I have to focus on other stuff, and I just don't have it in me to care at all. So I'm gonna go try again somewhere else, and this time things will be better because I won't be here. It'll be fully remote, and then I can just keep looking for another job while I'm employed at another one. So things will get better on that front too. But yeah, I think I'm overdue for an actual proper break where I can just exist for a little bit and not have to worry about doing anything or being hyper efficient with everything. I think I really just needed time to just kind of back up and do anything else. So I think it'll be nice. It's gonna be stressful. I'll probably be streaming a good bit more the next couple of weeks, obviously, since I'm unemployed or not unemployed yet, but I'm gonna be. But yeah, I will be out of work, so I'll be able to do pretty much anything else at this point. It'll be very nice, and I'm looking forward to it. So nice having some actual good time off. But yeah, I guess the biggest thing I've really learned from kind of going through all this is just getting better at not overextending, unfortunately. I had too many cool things I wanted to do, and reality, I should have really focused harder on just doing, I guess, what they wanted right out of the gate and not worrying about redeveloping anything. Not for a long time, because it's too much to try and learn it and redevelop it at the same time, and it was just not very healthy for me mentally. Hard time kind of separating church from state, right? You know, I had a hard time cutting things off from like, okay, it's time to leave work, and then, you know, it's always there at my desk where I actually do things, so it's difficult to, it's very difficult to make that distinction from like it's time to work versus it's time to not work, you know? It's not very cool. But you live and learn. Cool thing is I'm 23 and I have a lot of time to figure this stuff out. Even though it might not be ideal how I'm going about this, I really just don't have it in me to continue trying anymore. So, as much of a shame as it is. But, you know, maybe one day, not one day, I mean, someday soon, I'm gonna be getting a lot better with all this stuff. Again, plenty of opportunities out there. There's already somebody who's viewed my application for a job that I've applied for, so I'm not gonna hold my breath on it, granted, for that specific one, just because, like with anything, it's gonna take multiple tries. But I think I've applied to like 20 jobs so far, something along those lines. So I haven't exactly done nothing, but I do just need to keep applying for the next couple weeks and see if I can get something to stick. I think I've got a pretty good fallback with uh, old job that's being like offered. My former boss used to work there. I think he left on pretty good terms. I'm sure I could ask him for a recommendation and then just move back to the city that it's based in. And then I would pretty much be good. So that would certainly be nice. And if not, then again, there's always somewhere else to go out and do all this stuff at, you know? But if I can just get one of these jobs that I'm looking for, you know, I'm looking for $80,000, $90,000, right, in salary. Very doable for my experience and my title, so I'm not like pulling a number out of my ass and just being like, okay, yeah, you know, I'll get to it when I get to it. No, it's like an actual real target I can hit that I'm gonna hit, and then I can do it remote because of the nature of the work, which would be really nice. So I've formally got my bachelor's. I'm working on my master's degree and all that kind of stuff. I can also start working on a CFA license and all that kind of good stuff because I need to get that going too. Now that I know it's an option I can do, I just need more money for it first. But I think it would be worth it for longer term career stuff. Just gonna take some time. And $2,000. That was another reason why I haven't gone for that yet. It's 2 grand for like the first level of classes and then the exam and all that stuff. So it's quite a lot of money, unfortunately. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of rough again, like it was last year. Except this time around, I'm looking for a job in a comparatively better time. So instead of looking in the middle of the summer, I'm looking towards fall, near the end of the fiscal year, where people have got their budgets basically figured out and they know they need to do hiring for the next fiscal year. So I think I've got a very good opportunity here to get something a lot quicker, as long as I can capitalize on it, you know. But we'll see. It's just gonna take time, and it's just one of those things you just kind of have to hang in there for, unfortunately. But it'll get better. Specifically, it better get better because I still have to pay my bills. So you know, fun stuff. But luckily, I've got real estate that I'm working through, and then my mom can help me out for a little bit, or at least I can probably co-sign on a loan with her and I together, since that's what I did for her last time. So I think she'll be able to help me out with it this time around. And again, just to kind of see what happens. So things will work out. Got to stay positive with it, you know. But it's just really rough that I'm at that point where like even just being unemployed and not having like an actual like direct job right out of the gate is a better option than just staying here, you know? And it's just I don't know, it's kind of sad on that part. I should have been looking a little bit earlier than I had, but that's okay. As long as I get it in the end, I'm not gonna worry too hard about it. I think it's gonna work out pretty well. It's just the tough part is actually getting a hold of a human being for some of these sometimes, you know? It's like when I did interview for this job, granted, you know, it did actually work out very well once I got a hold of somebody. Like once I had a human being sit down and read my resume, got to the interview, and then that's all I needed, right? Was just get into the interview and I could handle it all from there. But yeah, now I just got to get to that point again here with this next batch of applications. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we can get some netherite here, because I am kind of broke on netherite. I really want 4 ingots to finish up that last little bit that I was working on, you know? Nice little bit of armor that I want to get done. Freaking find any, that is. And this is just going to be Basalt Delta, so this isn't really worth exploring either. Dang. Oh, it's okay. After we break our pickaxes down a lot harder, we'll take a pit stop out to the gold farm and see what we can get. Let's get all of our tools fixed, and that'll get us some more gold. So we always need more gold. I really do want to try and make a shulker box of golden apples, but again, gonna take some time. Yeah, I'm really hoping this will be the last career change I have to make for a very long time. I'm trying to push a lot harder for like a fully remote job, so that way I don't have to be tethered down into Florida anymore. And then with the salary itself, that should cover me for basically everything for a very long time. I mean, right now with the money I make, I can save a couple $100 a month, even after doing all my debt repayment stuff and after taxes. But with like, and that's with like 60,000, right? So if I could get to like 80 or 90,000, then I would pretty much be set for not set for life, but you know, in a single year, I could save like 20 grand after tax, right? At that point. And that would be super useful because if I had 20 grand right this second, then I wouldn't have to worry about switching jobs. That would be my nest egg to be able to switch without having to worry about anything like that. And that would be like the one opportunity I would need. So this should be the last one to get me like truly established and kind of in there. And, you know, I think it would be really nice. So we'll see what happens. But finally, we got some ancient debris here. Quite a nice vein of it too, might I add. I think it only caps out at 3, but just want to double check. We need 16 in total. I know we have an extra ingot at home already, but I'm saving that for whatever reason, so we'll go for clean 16. But yeah, it's gonna be worth it getting another job. Always fun trying to be on the hunt for that kind of stuff again. I do not miss that, but again, just got to keep an open mind and just keep moving forward with all that stuff, you know? But hey, at least I'll actually be able to, so luckily since my vacation was already all prepaid, I can still just go out on vacation and enjoy it. So that'll be very nice. I mean, I'll still kind of have it hanging over my head that, you know, I probably won't have a job by then, or at least things will be working out, but I think it'll still be okay, so. And I got a bunch of real estate stuff I can do in the meantime. I think what I'll end up doing too during this next month here is for my real estate course, it'll only take maybe like an hour a day to do. I'll do what I wanted to do that I couldn't do while I was working at my old job, soon to be old job, is I'll try to do 1 to 2 units of real estate stuff per day. And then that means in like 2 weeks or so, I could probably get all of the coursework fully done. And then I have to, then I'll also get my fingerprinting done too. So then I can just get the course all done, finish the course, get my fingerprint sent out to the state, and then I can go take the license exam and get my real estate license. Probably by the end of next month at the absolute latest, probably way earlier than that at that rate. Just because fingerprinting takes a little bit of time, so I'll have to book something there and get all that taken care of. But maybe I'll do that on Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll see. But yep, I just gotta do something different, you know? Eventually it just stops being worth staying at the same place, unfortunately, and I wish I could have had more time here, but I don't. Not that I enjoy. But the other kind of big issue with this current job too is that it's like physically killing me, basically. Normally I don't mind just like sitting there and just kind of barely getting by and it's enough to not raise suspicion and all that kind of deal, but I've lost over 20 pounds in the past couple months and I have been out sick for months at this point, so I just can't do it anymore. Like, my body physically is not letting me do it. There's too much stress for what it pays. And like, yeah, the benefits are nice, but like, I'm not old enough to have to worry about proper healthcare benefits at the moment. It's just how it is. I don't need the health insurance. Relatively healthy outside of work-related stress stuff, and then the stuff that I am getting help with, I can get for a similar enough price without health insurance, so it shouldn't be too bad. Or at least it's like the point where, yeah, okay, if you spend $100, say your employer pays for all your insurance, you only got to spend $100 out of pocket for something, but then they pay you 60,000 a year. Well, if I go to a job making 80,000 a year, and then that out of pocket thing is 200 bucks, then like it doesn't really matter because yes, while that is more expensive with that insurance, I'm still making more money at the end of the day with still getting the same amount of healthcare that I would have needed otherwise. So like it's not worth it just staying to have like the most optimal, bestest healthcare in the world, you know? It's not worth it. Doesn't do me any good and again, 23, so it doesn't really help me out at all. I don't think we're mining that. You know, we'll see how things pan out. I'm pretty confident I can get another job pretty quickly. I don't feel too bad about it. It was a lot harder the very first time last year, back in like May last year, just because it was, you know, it was my first ever job and never had left or anything like that, so it was just a bunch of new ground, right? But now with this, it's like, it's not new anymore. You know, it's new in the sense that I'm the one leaving this time instead of being let go for whatever reason it was, but you know, now I can actually kind of do things at my own pace a little bit better, and I don't know, things will just be nicer, you know? So, of course, I'm at that budget thing is a lot harder for the next couple of months, but I think, again, it'll still be fine in the end, as long as I can make it out of here, you know? But maybe we won't talk about something so depressing right this second. Funny little black game, am I right? But now, in all seriousness, I don't really know what I really want to do today other than the netherite stuff. Um, Trying to remember what I had mentioned that I wanted to do. I was that bridge that is going to act as like a pretty little thing for like the Iceboat Road. That was probably about it, to be honest. I don't really think there was much else there. Not that I can recall, at least. But you know, we'll see. Though it is freaking hot this week in Florida, it has been just brutal. It was like 93 inside my place yesterday. Like my AC is running, but you know it can only keep things cool so well, especially because I've had it running like 24/7 for most of the summer. Unfortunately, granted it's been running 24/7 at low, so I haven't hopefully burned anything out, but it's still not exactly good that that's been like that. But you know, we'll see what it does. It should start cooling down within the probably the next month or two. Definitely by like the end of September it'll be nicer, but again, we'll see. Fix ancient debris, not too bad so far. I think we have some scrap at home too, so we might be a little bit closer, but you know, still got to get another 10. At least that'd be the goal. Yep, I should also start reaching out to recruiters again. I've done everything I gotta do on like LinkedIn and things like that, but now I think it's time to actually go reach out to a batch of recruiters and see if I can get some extra help with figuring some stuff out. Since I'm using a different resume, I can't use any of the recruiters that I had before, unfortunately, so that's kind of frustrating, but you know, now that I'm in a different area, we'll see if I can get some better recruiters for what I'm looking for. And again, there's enough options in this day and age that I should hopefully be okay. I never want to assume in full, but I think it'll be fine. I think I tried carving this out, and this just did not work out very well. Yeah, because this like went straight through a whole lava lake or something, so that's a bit of a dead end, unfortunately. Decent batch of these will be dead ends here from now on. Well, we'll get back to the ladder here, and we'll see if I can go another direction. I could also just make another tunnel bore farther out in the world, just to give us some better space to work with, you know. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's just truly unfortunate with a lot of the job stuff. You know, I just kind of sad, I guess. I finally found something that I was truly good at in like an actual usable professional manner with that being like Excel and like a lot of data related stuff. And unfortunately, I chose finance as my major. And then I also just, you know, I am working on getting a master's in data science, but that's going to take another couple years and a bunch of money. Money won't be as much of an issue long term, you know, those things ebb and flow, but but just the time of everything. I'm trying to get too far ahead too fast again, I think, and it's like I gotta know that I need to, I guess, slow down a little bit more, which I can't really afford to do at the moment. Especially when it's like, if I just speed up a little bit more, if I can just get through this last little batch of issues and I really just get it all figured out here over the next couple of weeks, couple of months, then I won't have to figure it out ever again, basically. I just have to be right one more time, and then I should be set for a very long time. Assuming I don't have any major issues with like lifestyle creep or something, but I'm pretty good at keeping that in check usually. Like the most extra nice things that I've bought for myself with this new job that I'm currently like at, again about to be the old job, is like I go out to eat a little bit more often than I used to. But otherwise, I don't really buy too much extra. I still buy a lot of things on sale. I still try to live pretty modestly. My rent's still as low as it was at my other place, so that's not going up or nothing. Not getting a new car, just everything. So I think it'll still be okay. But I just got to pull this off one more time. Also weirder now too. A lot of LinkedIn. I think I've seen one job so far where like the recruiter was actually attached to like the job posting, because otherwise it's all just been kind of generic by company. So I'll probably have to do more digging in the sense that like I'll have to look up their company on LinkedIn, see if there's any recruiters like that have like their profile on there, and then see if I can reach out to send them a message. That would probably be my best option long term. See that happening, but because really just the hardest part is just getting a hold of a human being. Like if you can just get a hold of a human being one time, you make that connection, it does get a lot easier. But I guess that is kind of the tricky part, right? Is just breaking through everybody else. I think I can get it. The thing I'm most stressed about, though, for right this second, is actually like affording everything. You know, like I think what I'm gonna do, I'll probably figure it out with my mom, but I think her and I are gonna probably co-sign on a loan because I can't get one on my own at the moment. Then, if I can get that going, then that'll give me enough money to pay my bills for the next couple of months. And then once I'm back on my feet, then I can pay out of my salary to pay back the loan so I can handle that with all the extra money I'll have. And then also for the real estate portion, since I'll be working on that for the next couple of months, I'll actually have something I can do to help her out so she can sell more, and then she can just take my half of the commission until the loan's paid off or whatever. So we'll figure something out. It's kind of been like the one nice thing is like we've been there for each other for forever at this point. So I can count on her to help me out a little bit here. Especially because I helped her out before, and like I'm actively paying the debt on like that credit card that I used to buy our floors and all that stuff, and I'm still paying that off. So it'll still be good. But we'll figure something out. It's just gonna be rough for the next couple of months. But by the end of the year, I should have everything back in like full swing. I'll have a new job by the end of the year. I'll have my real estate license done by the end of the year. I'll have all of my college classes booked, hopefully, for my data science master, so I can start working on that. And then things will just be peachy from there. But it'll work out the way it's supposed to. Hopefully. It better. But no, in all seriousness, it will. And again, sorry I'm talking so at length about this, but it's just good to be able to talk about this kind of stuff every once in a while. And Funny Block Game will always be here too. Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan for myself. Is I'll get this real estate stuff expedited a lot more while I'm unemployed before I go out on vacation. And then I think the ideal thing is that by the time my vacation rolls around, the class should be done, and I should have like the final exam booked for my license for after vacation or right before, and then I can get everything set aside with the state to formally get my license. So that's the goal. And then obviously I'd like to get a real job in the after all that. But real estate will at least be like a good fallback for me to be able to help my mom out. Since she's finally getting a lot of her work there to pick up, so if I can help her manage all that kind of good stuff, I should be in a much better spot, and I'm much more capable than she is with a lot of, literally anything with a computer, which is fine. It's nothing wrong with that. It's just how it is. So people got different things that they're good at, all that good stuff. But it'll be good for me to do. So we're almost good on netherite finally, and we just need 3 more pieces of ancient debris, and we will officially have enough. Again, we technically have enough right this second, but come on, I'm not gonna. I don't want to get rid of all my netherite. Just have something kind of nice. We'll be back down here eventually too for more. Unfortunately, not for a little while, but it will happen at some point because we're gonna probably make perfect netherite swords and axes with Vanna arthropods and all that kind of good stuff, and smite as well. Just because it's nice to be able to have all the options that you possibly can. So. And hell, I might just make another set of netherite tools just for the hell of it. Why not? Go. Be there. Of course, we're gonna mine this out to the end and then we'll come back for it, but at least we know it's there, right? That's our cue. We definitely will have enough now, so that's good. Still checking for some more though, but it looks like that'd be it. Alright. This I think the batch we care about was up in the ceiling. That's not good. Ah, damn it. I thought I could jump that quick enough. I think we're gonna leave that. Right, there we go. So anything cool? Yes, one more piece. Oh, and another. Nice. I had a dry spell for such a long time. It's nice getting a nice couple of batches, you know? A couple of 3 pieces. 18. Yep, with that, we officially have enough. So we can go get that last bit of, I think it's glass protection, or is it projectile protection? Probably projectile protection. Well, we can get that all taken care of. That will cover us there, so nice. So now we have a perfect set of netherite armor for every kind of netherite in the game. Good stuff. Dang, thought I could kill it. I know it was a sharpness axe and not smite, but, you know, thought the crit would do it. It did not. Well, that's okay, I guess. What I think we'll do, actually, well, first of all, let's throw all this crap out, because we don't really care about this. We'll go use our blaze farm. We built that pretty recently, comparatively recently in terms of the world, and I don't think we've really used it as much as we wanted to, you know? Yeah, we did a full, nice, pretty redesign. Come on now. There we go. Yeah, we got a nice pretty room here. It's got everything you could ever want. Got some nice little bits of storage. Granted, we don't really need it, but it's still nice to have, you know? Well, we'll just kind of sit here and let it do its thing, you know? Or later on. And in the meantime, I got some stuff that I can check. Probably once I submit like the amount of applications I want to send out for each day, I shouldn't really be checking any other time after that. Just because I'll probably end up driving myself insane if I, you know, it's watching paint dry, right? Just gotta let it do its thing, maybe check on it once, twice, 3 times a day, that's it, you know? So, I already checked on it here at 11 o'clock. I'll check on it again at like 4, but we'll see. And we don't, like, need the blaze rods, technically, but, like, you know, we might as well go for them while we're here, right? I mean, although gold would probably be better to use, honestly. You know what? Fine. We'll kill these guys, take their rods, and we'll go get the gold. Yeah, okay. I'm also somewhat interested in building Egan XO4's Guardian Farm in the near future. So we will look into doing that sometime soon. Maybe later this week or next week or something. It's been a while since we built like a proper high scale industrial farm like that, you know? But being able to get access to sea lanterns and prismarine will be pretty nice to have, and then pufferfish as well that we get from that is very nice because then we can brew up our own water breathing potions and we can breed nautili. You have to use pufferfish to tame nautili, and then you can breed them with regular fish, so it would hopefully be a good way to get more shells. I think this is the way we want to head out. There we go. Perfect. Okay, well, about perfect. This was a very in-depth farm to build, but I'm glad I built it. Alright, so this will cover us all on XP and pretty much everything. Get all of our tools all fixed up, nice and simple. Electric's all good too. I guess we'll go until we're level 185. I think that's good, because then we'll get some more gold out of all of this. We can take that back with us. Alright, and there's level 185. Perfect. That should be plenty good. How about now? There we go. So weird seeing all the XP explode out of it. Kind of cool though. Toss that, that. We'll keep. We'll get rid of that though. Right, so while we wait for all this stuff, That's fine. Alright, nice. That's pretty much everything. And yep, everything else is put away. Good. We'll tuck those in there. Why not? Still getting a little bit of nuggets just from, I'm guessing those guys dying from the powdered snow, but that's fine. There we go. That should take care of that. Alright, nice. Oh, also, when we get cushions, that'll be a good time to redo the redstone wire that'll interconnect all the farms. That'll be a good time for that. We'll have to fiddle around with that to really get it to work, but, you know, we'll get it when we get it. Alright, let's see here. I should have some furnaces out in the armory, so we'll go ahead and cook up some of this good stuff. Yes, perfect. Looks like I had some smooth stone. That's good. Let's do 9 there, let's do 9 there. Get that all cooked up. Here's our gold. Alright, nice. Let's go get the rest of this crap put away. We do. Good. Scrap. We don't actually have upgrade templates. It was in one of these barrels. There we go. Okay. Go right back there. That goes there. There's the rest of our scrap. Here's our gold. Crafting table is here for netherite ingots. Put the rest of the scrap away. Turn the rest of these back into blocks. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, so with that, that covers all of our different armor sets. We're done. We ain't gotta ever do this again. Now we can clean all of this stuff up, finally. For all this time. And yeah, perfect. There we go. So we've officially got perfect netherite armor for each armor type in the game. That's all nice and dandy to have all of that. Let's see here. Block of diamond, diamond, netherite scrap, 3 ingot, upgrade, then a block of gold. That's all taken care of. Now we got 3 empty shulker boxes left. That's all nice and good. And let's do some simple resource gathering here. So we're going to want our dark oak logs, lanterns as well. What would I have done with lanterns, you know? I don't know, actually. Have I ever put a spot for lanterns in anything yet? I know we've got glowstone, but I don't think I've officially put lanterns in anything. Certainly not looking like it. Huh, how weird. Okay, well, we should do something about that. I feel like I had a shulker box of lanterns, unless I was thinking of the trading hall that has that. Very real chance that that is the case, so yep, certainly would appear to be so. Okay, well I guess technically we have phantoms. Not that it really matters, but you know, sure, I guess. Why not? Alright, well, out we go. Here we are, back at the trading hall. Alright, lanterns. Probably be in here if they had to be anywhere. Paper, and then, yep, we got lanterns. Perfect. Great. Take these out. I don't think there's really anything else I want out of any of this at the moment. If there is, I will grab it at some point. Looks like we also have some good leftover stuff here. So that's nice because we will need it for importing the remaining villagers, so that's good. Otherwise, out we go. Okay, let's get out our dark oak logs. We'll just do a stack at a time right this second. Could have seen that coming. Alright, there we go. That's tough. Black short. Not my finest job, but that's okay. I have to cook something up for the this little part here, you know? And just in general, we'll kind of have to make something a little bit nicer here, but I don't know, we'll use stairs or something. Has to be some kind of full block, at least full block facing, you know? We'll figure it out. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do, right? I wanted to replant the forest finally as well. It's about time we do that, you know? It's been a while. Hey, there we go. So that is everything. those away in there. All our lanterns away in there. There we go. Now we're going to be a little bit more delicate here. There we go. Do a little something like that. I guess it's fine. Why that sounded like a cave noise, the way it made that whoosh, you know? Weird. I didn't use up all the logs, I'm pretty sure. I got close to doing it, but I think I still have a couple left. Because we'll need one more for that little bit. That. Alright, nice. So we've got a fairly solid looking bridge. I know it's a little but I'm not going to I'm not gonna think too hard about that, you know? I got something that I'm personally happy with, and that's what matters right this second. Technically, I could put in some soul sand, so that way it'll force the boat upwards, and then I could clear this out, so I could still have my bridge. You know what? I think we're gonna do that. Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that. Let's take a breather though and go sort all this extra crap away, because our inventory is a bit full again. Actually, nah, we're just gonna throw it to the ocean. It's very minor stuff, so it doesn't really matter. That being said, though, we still do need to head back to base to go get some soul sand, so let's go do that. And let's also go cook up some more torches. You know, it's been a hot minute since we've done that. We are kind of running low, so we should seriously go do something about that. Make sure not to go in too hot there. That's the one thing I'm particularly worried about with this hardcore world, is dying to some stupid shit of my own volition. My own volition being crashing high speed into the ground, because it could happen. It very, very well could happen. This is an interesting one, because this is exclusively decoration, and it is so much of a decoration thing that it's kind of hard to fit this in anywhere in particular. So what I think we're going to do, we're going to put lanterns there. It's a very odd spot, I'm aware, but we'll cross that bridge again when we get to it, you know? Let's not worry about it right now. But one stack of coal blocks will make a complete bit of torches there, so that'll be good. Go ahead and turn all of these into sticks. Nice. Covers us there. Soul torches, boom. Might have overdone it a bit, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and get some extra coal, put away. Perfect. Alright, and then what else did we want to do? We wanted to put stuff away, and then I wanted to get soul sand. Yes, that's what it was. Perfect. Nether. Now we just need a little bit of soul sand. We just need like 6. Alright, well that wasn't very smart of me, but that's okay. Ooh. Dark Oak Log 8. Yes, okay. That needs to be put away too. I don't think I'll be resigning for my job tomorrow, just kind of sitting down and thinking about it. It's going to take time for application stuff to even happen, so I think it would just be better, and it's less of a dick move too, but it would be better for me if I just, oh, this is still going to cause the exact same issues then, right? Okay. Solve this. I guess we need some building blocks after all. We still got the stuff we threw in the ocean, but yeah, I think what I'm just going to end up doing for my job is I am just gonna resign. I'm gonna put in my resignation specifically. I'm gonna put that in tomorrow, and then I'll give them 2 weeks. That'll end up being better in the long run. I guess we could take that out. But yeah, I just don't want to, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't enjoy the work. I don't have any fulfillment out of it. I don't have any attachment to Florida, frankly, at this point, because Florida freaking sucks dog ass. So, seriously, like, bottom 10 state to live in, especially with the governor being a dickhead. So, not cool. Cost of living in Florida is very bad. Which is great when all you hear about is how Florida is supposed to be like the cheapest state in the United States, or one of the cheapest because it's got no state income tax and a whole bunch of other shit. And then you live here and it's not. And then you also have to deal with hurricanes and a whole bunch of other bullshit that you don't want to bother with. So just just not cool. Just not a real fan of it at all. So yeah. But with that done, it's actually it's ever so slightly. There we go. That's a little bit nicer looking. Yeah, again, that gives us a good path to work with here in between everything. And then now, what we can do is if we're in our boat and we're driving down the river, we can drive it through the opening that we have. Boom, it gets bumped up by default, and then you're out. So it's a very smooth, quick glide through. You can hop right onto the ice boat highway, and then now you don't have to wait anymore through the water. You don't have to wade through it anymore. So good stuff. Alright, it is now nighttime, which means we have some torch lighting to do. So let's go ahead and get that done. Now let's hit F3 and B, see them hitboxes. See these woods get a little dangerous at night. Well, not too dangerous, obviously. We're in, like, God tier armor. So nothing's truly dangerous anymore. I'm also not sure, too, if... I know you've seen it in other hardcore Let's Plays, but if camping would be something I would be particularly interested in, you know? Like packing up all my gear, putting it away somewhere, and then just starting over in a completely like different section of the world. Like if we went to 1,000, not 1,000, 100,000, 100,000, and then we worked on building a couple of things, you know. I don't know. I feel like it would be a good change of pace to kind of get some of that extra hardcore stuff back into life, you know. Because then we don't over rely on our gear. But this guy's holding a sword. But we'll kind of we'll play that one by ear. I still have things here that I would want to wrap up first before I ever did that because I don't want to have another hardcore world that there's just a bunch of unfinished stuff. Like it's one thing for some things to be unfinished because you died. I mean, that's a given. You know, you got to accept that's bound to happen in a hardcore. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know, I don't want to just go out there on my own and be like, okay, well, you know, we'll go ahead and just sentence ourselves to death, and then whatever was there, right? But because there is a bunch of stuff I do want to do with this base over time, but I still just have to, you know, actually finish making a bunch of crap. Yeah, you ain't gonna live, buddy. Freaking birds are annoying too. Well, hey, with strength 2 on our beacon, we can hit pretty hard. trim out more of this mountain range at some point too. Trim out all these trees and kind of forget the word terrace. That was the word. I don't know how I've forgotten that word. That's one of my favorite words with building. But yeah, we'll have to implement some more terracing at some point. Yeah, good idea. Really looking forward to that new update though. I'm hoping it'll be out next month. That would be nice. It'll be interesting to see what we can build with poplar wood, you know? It might also give me an excuse to get better at texturing and just thinking of blocks more as a color and not like a raw material. Like building a stone, anything like a volcano, for example, right? You think, oh, it's a volcano, it's stone, build it out of stone, but instead of doing that, I should be thinking of it more like, okay, you know, it's a lot of your grays and your blacks and your reds for like your lava and the actual rock and stuff. So, you know, using darker, like grayer colors as well for all that. That's what I should be trying to do instead of just being like, well, it's got to be like black stone, right? Because it has to be a physically black stone, you know. But I digress. Oh, zombie villager. Neat. He's gone. Like usual, we got sidetracked going down another cave, because of course we did. Still matters, don't regret doing it, but it is still a little silly, I guess. This always seems to happen. Could be a way out nearby. Nope, this was just that hole that I threw everything into. Nice. Here, maybe? I know I saw a way out not too far away, so... This is definitely not it, because I have not been here before. Nice. Oh, here we go. This is more like it. Assuming we don't slip and fall. I think we're just gonna... Yeah. There we go. Had a feeling. Alright, it should be a little bit better. No babies, huh? Tough. Well, that's okay. Alright, well, we lit up a decent chunk of that forest. That's all nice and dandy. And I guess as for replanting is still kind of annoying because there is so much space that we have to replant. It's kind of absurd, frankly. Go plant some more dark oak. Let's try and get all this stuff cleared out best we can. And then we'll do cherry next. Oh, I guess we had more birch the whole time. Whoops. Oh well. Right. Let's see here. Yep, that is plenty of cherry saplings. The reason we want cherry saplings here is because we want it to ring around the spruce area. Since their treetops tend to be so clumped together and it's like a solid wall of, I guess a solid floor of cherry, we should be able to just walk on up to the hill, break everything pretty simply and cleanly, and then we're pretty much okay from there. So, yeah. We'll do that in some of these areas too, but we don't really need a whole lot of cherry wood, so this stuff will mainly be for decoration since we did our prior harvest. All that cherry wood. Pretty. That'll be enough cherry. And we'll just, replant a little bit at a time. We're not going to try and redo everything all at once. We're just going to keep it relatively straightforward and plant out what we got to plant out. I think we'll do oak since these are historically a good bit smaller. And as for acacia, it's a stupid ass wood, but a wood we still kind of have to care about a little bit because it's unique, so. Although, if I can be real here for a second, I have no idea what I would use acacia wood for in like anything. I just don't know. It doesn't come up too often. I mean, it's orange, that's unique, and that's about the nicest thing I can say. Well, granted, maybe we're treating it too harsh. The logs are orange, but the actual, no, excuse me, the planks are orange, but the logs with that kind of nice shade of gray, I suppose they could actually be useful if we were talking about texturing and stuff again, right? So maybe it's not all for nothing, but I mean, come on, let's be honest here. I'm a pretty simple builder when it comes to doing anything, and I think that'll be the nice thing about this kind of this specific world, right? You know, you guys actually get to see me kind of grow and change as a person, and especially as it comes to building and actually playing the game differently than I did in my first hardcore world, right? So it's interesting stuff to think about, and it's also just good to see, right? You know, my building style pretty unique, pretty geometrical, but if you just put in a little bit of time and you really just try to do different things and you just have some interesting ideas, you could do a lot of very neat things, you know? I'd like to believe. See how true that actually ends up being. But alright, well, let's see here. That'll cover that. I definitely overdid it on the stairs a bit, but maybe it'll be okay. We've got a sizable part of the forest replanted, I think up to a good area, so I'm kind of just leave it be. Except for these are, this part's always going to be a little weird. Hmm. We'll do a little bit of torch spam here since this is where we have some issues with hostile mob spawning, but that's okay. We'll just light it up a little bit and boom, there you go. Nice and easy, right? Eventually we'll have it baked into the ground, but that's not for me to do right this second. Mainly because I don't care. In fact, I will probably be turning off here in a moment because it is hot as hell and I feel like we've gotten enough done for today. So I'm happy enough with the progress I've done. We'll pop up to our bed, sleep, and call it a day. There. Just realized I forgot to replace the glass. That was kind of the whole thing I wanted to get done. But that's okay. We'll do it next time. That being said, thank you all for watching. Still easing back into streaming, but you know, we'll be doing more later this week. But yep, I will catch you all then. Bye bye.